6:23, good morning. Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, and we have a few things we're going to do with that. I know Nagel is coming in with the craft beer, kind of fits right in. And Gene O'Toole from the Beef Council will be in, a little Cinco de Mayo stuff here. It is I'm not sure who's bringing the cocktails, but I think that Nagel is bringing the beer.
He sent me a picture. Were you on that text?
No.
He's got something spicy and sweet, and I think we're
mango-y.
going to have a good time in the last half hour today.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. In studio right now, here he is, the man with the plan.
I have no plan.
Comedian Greg Morton, my favorite in the world.
Thank you, Bill.
You know, I got to tell you, I spent last week doing the show from Orlando. And
why couldn't I be there for that one?
You would have loved it because have you done any of the I know you're a huge Star Wars fan.
Huge.
Have you done any of the Star Wars rides down there?
No.
Oh, it's awesome. And the one that you go on, you get into, what do they call it, Andrew? Is it a ship or what's
It's
it?
like the simulator.
I know that. Oh, I thought it was a real ship.
No, it's actually real. You
Actually in the
go
Atlantic Ocean.
into space.
So I went in space after all.
You were there.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say, when I got into the lineup,
Well,
and go into a detailed description of the lineup there.
Listen, you could get up on stage. I could have been in like one of the outfits. They give you the outfits, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, Hollywood Studios is just being done over, and almost everything is going to be Star Wars. It is going to be really, really cool.
Well, it's a Disney property now.
It is,
so,
yeah. And they're going to milk every bit of that out that they can, right?
I'm really excited about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a new movie every year.
Right?
Yeah.
This
Very
is the way it
exciting.
was meant to be.
It is. It really is.
They should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, what were they thinking?
I don't know.
And it's funny that because when it was Lucas, he picked Disney to open up his to team up with to do the ride, and that's been there for quite a long time. And now it's full circle. Disney now owns the whole thing, and they'll just a new movie every year, and it looks like they're going to be good. It looks like they're going to be good movies.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. With Disney, they know that story is king, number one.
Right.
And number two, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was a little movie called The Black Hole. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That's when they put that out. When they saw Star Wars, they went, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did these guys come from?
Yeah.
They couldn't believe it.
Hey, I want to. I was watching pictures last night of parts of. I don't know where in Canada are the fires.
Okay, it is. If it's above, it's north of Edmonton.
Oh, okay.
It's in Alberta.
Got it. It's
so close
terrible.
to the oil sands up
Watching those people try to drive out, and there's fire surrounding them and the roads. And then they're running out of gas. I mean, it was just terrible watching.
Oh yeah, that's horrific. And believe it or not, I've been there.
You have.
Yes,
yeah.
I've done a
You've
gig.
been everywhere,
I've done a gig
so.
there. So
Yeah.
Now it was kind of more like a Blues Brothers gig, with the.
Okay.
So I guess the bright side of this is hopefully that gig is burned down, but
Yeah.
everything else I feel bad about.
Everything else.
Yeah.
So, and where have you? So you're going to be in Syracuse tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday night,
And Sunday as well.
and Sunday as well.
Yeah.
And have you done this place yet? The new club, Funny Bones.
Oh yeah.
It's a really nice club.
Beautiful.
Big too.
This is how they do it now.
It is how they do it.
It's no longer a hole or some
I
shack
know.
out in the back 40.
I know.
It's like with a black paint on it. And
when we had our
I think I'm describing your old club.
You are. My answer to the old place was, "Hey, we can make it look really good. Let's paint everything black," and we did.
Wait a minute. Let's
And
look
it
around
worked.
the studio.
Everything's black. So, but you go as a comedian, you run into some extremely difficult over the years, especially difficult spots where you're dealing with sometimes seedy people. Sometimes you're dealing with horrible places that they put you up to spend the night.
Okay, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at the fact that we always gave you a nice place. You always
you're
had a
saying
nice
that-
hotel.
You know what? You did.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Well, the reason is because when you said I'll come, but it better be a nice place.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And not your house.
and not the house, right? Because you get that. There was one comedy club where didn't they build like rooms right off the comedy club where that's where the comedian stayed, and it was filthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was in a basement, which eventually burned down.
Which burned down.
No, now that's
Lot of
another
fire.
thing. Like, I don't get that. Like, the liability issues. You have
Right.
right. There's a club now that they've done that. They've put the back room. I think it's not even rooms. It's just room.
Right.
And it's all communal living, and there's not even a window in the place. There's just
So-
a door.
It
That's it.
sounds like something
Wow.
Gallagher would have had.
And Gallagher would be fine with it.
He wanted
might-
to build a communal building here.
He did. He had a plan.
residence.
Yes.
He wanted all of Utica to be under one building and one dome, and
Yeah,
everybody
it was-
live in the same.
With no walls or
yeah.
stall doors.
Right.
Everybody
That
just-
was the
Everybody
part-
would use the same. You'd all come out to one. I mean, I thought the idea was kind of interesting, to be honest with you.
Well, now, why did he say that?
Because he really wanted to
I
do
can't
it.
give you an answer.
Yeah, he wanted to stay
Business
here.
plan.
He wanted to stay here in Utica and
gonna
make a
turn
life
every-
for
he was
himself.
gonna turn
Did you tell him
everything
that? Did you tell him that's called college? Did you tell him that?
Well,
Yes.
I believe some of his ideas that he was pitching his plans to, people were like, "Well, we have that. It's called a hotel."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, you're not. You don't get it. You're not listening to me."
Oh, it was tough. I took him into
Yeah.
to several meetings with people and business owners, and the toughest one I ever did was to the guys at FTL. It's an internet company, and he wanted to do a Gallagher app that was a casino app.
Right.
And he said, but what we're going to do is it'll be moving. No other apps move. And they said, well, no, they all move. And he said, no, not like this. They don't move. And he's saying, but and they got into a fight. And Gallagher, in the middle of the meeting, these are people I took him to. In the middle of the meeting, Gallagher puts his hands down on the table and said, I'm out of here. And he left.
That's
You
how I leave
people-
most of my
you
board
people-
meetings.
You people
I
don't
put my
get it.
hands down. I don't put my foot down.
Have you worked with Gallagher recently at all?
Oh, yes.
You have.
Oh.
I was in Vegas, and I managed to say one word to him the whole week. I avoided him
it's
like
tough.
the plague.
Yeah.
Because he volunteers advice for you, whether you asked
know.
for it or not.
yeah.
I mean, I've been in the comedy business for 30 years.
Yes.
I don't need any comedy advice.
Yes,
now,
I
we
know.
can have a nice discussion about our views on
Sure.
comedy or philosophies, but you got to treat me one-on-one here.
But when it starts out, you know what you need to do.
yeah.
That's
You-
always
right?
Right. That's tough.
You can get that from your mate at
Yeah.
home.
He was doing, which we usually do. The funniest video online with Gallagher is when he was playing somewhere, and there was a young comedian that went up for the
this was
first
great.
time. And Gallagher, and the kid was, he wasn't, you know what you get when you go to the smaller
Well, you want to be
places.
polite. You want to be respectful.
Well, Gallagher
this
came
is
out.
the great Gallagher.
He came out and said, you don't do it this way. And he took over his show.
Made him
It
start
was-
over a few times first, though.
So tell that joke again, but do it this way.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really one of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever seen. But that's Gallagher. Hey,
But he should have his own. He should be on like
should.
America's Got Talent or
I
something
know
like that. He could be.
He could be the guy.
He could be the guy.
Yeah,
As
and
a
he'll
judge,
tell
you're
you
saying.
that.
Yeah,
That's
as a
right.
judge. Oh, definitely not as a contestant.
All right, I got a break. We'll come back. Comedian Greg Morton in studio here this morning, and you can get tickets. Just look up on the Funny Bones website. It's out at the Carousel. It's not Carousel now. What's it called?
Destiny USA.
Destiny USA.
Oh yes.
Destiny USA. Yeah. And he'll be there tonight through Sunday. Hold tight. We're coming right back at WIBX.